Okay, dear PM students, we are discussing ACCA PM Pre-Scene Mock March 2026, Section A of PM Pre-Scene Mock. We have already done it. Now it's time to start Pre-Scene PM March 26, Section B. Okay, and don't forget one thing, that Abil School of Accountancy offers you the performance management course, unique, easier, and different from others. Our each lecture is hardly 35 to 40 minutes long. That's it. Within 50 hours, you can complete your entire course. And after that, you just need to spend 10 to 15 hours for the practice lectures. And the job is done. One more thing, all the queries are answered by the teacher. We don't keep any teacher assistant. All the answers, all the queries will be resolved by the teachers. Plus, the WhatsApp support which Abil School of Accountancy offers you, it is the best in the entire world and it is the fastest. Okay, let me share the mock. Okay, we are here. Oh, just a minute. Fine. Okay, students. Section B. Let's see. Calculator is here. If Apple, apologies, my bad. If Apple supply was in shortage this month, so Apple becomes short in supply. Wow. Even though it's available all over the world in different shops, but it's very expensive. They're not talking about Apple mobile phone. They're obviously talking about the fruit, I believe. If Apple supply was in shortage in this month, what is the contribution per limiting factor for the product key to the nearest dollar? Apple becomes short in supply and we are required to calculate contribution per factor, contribution per limiting factor for the product key. Key is here. Selling price is 58, fine. Variable cost is 54. Let me first calculate the contribution. Selling price 58. Total variable cost they have given us 54. So student, here comes the contribution. Contribution per unit is 4. All we need is just divide this with the Apple, a required per unit. If you look at the question, Apple is $10 per kilogram and key is having the total cost of Apple $20. One apple, it's not one apple, 1 kilogram of apple is costing $10. Very expensive. I would say very, very expensive. And in key, total cost of apple is $20, which means 20 divided by 10 will give us how many kilograms we are using in 1 unit of key. So 20 divided by 10 gives us 2 kilogram. It means 1 unit of key is using 2 kilogram of apple. Okay, 20 divided by 10, I'm getting 2. So simply, contribution is 4 and 1 unit of key needs 2 kgs of apple. Here comes the contribution per limiting factor. $4 divided by 4 will give you $2. So logically, contribution per limiting factor for the product key is $2. So just you need to write in the box 2 because dollar sign is already there. It should be 2. So it does not look like 2. Okay, I'll make it 2, no issue at all. Just a minute. Here comes the 2. Oh, I think now it's fine. Okay. Now next question. What is the maximum profit to be earned for the next month at point C? The optimal production plan to the nearest whole dollar. Wow. What is the maximum? They're not asking what is the maximum contribution. Some of the students, they make mistake here. What do? They end up by calculating maximum contribution. You will lose marks. They will not give you marks. It's not a long question where they will give you marks for the steps. Here, if your answer is correct, you will get marks. Otherwise, there are no marks. So here, they're not asking maximum contribution. They're asking maximum profit. Okay. At point C, for the optimal production plan, let's see. Wow. Where there's a graph. You can see there's a graph of linear programming. Okay, point C is here. Now let us find out which lines are intersecting at point C. You have to see the graph nicely. At point C, I can see that C1 is one line, which is intersecting at point C. Another is C2. Two lines are intersecting at point C. One is C1, another is C2. C1 I can see here. 2K plus M less than equal to 24,000, and C2 is K plus 2M. So two lines are intersecting at point C. All we need is first to calculate the maximum production plan. How many maximum units we will be producing of key and max, and then of course we'll go towards the maximum profit. C1 relates to Apple. 2K plus M is equal to 24,000. C2 is K plus 2.5 M is equal to 25,000. Now student, listen and listen carefully. You have to be very good in calculating K and M from these two equations. A very small, I would say, little maths knowledge is required, and I strongly believe everyone is very good in that area. So if you look at C2, I just want to multiply C2 by 2. What is the benefit I'll get? I'll tell you. If I multiply C2 by 2, then it will become 2K. 2.5 M will become 5 M, and 25,000 becomes 50. Okay. Now what I'm doing, C1, which is 2K plus M is equal to 24,000. If you subtract from C2 minus C1, from C2, if I deduct C1, so 2K and 2K will be cancelled out. I'll be left with 4M is equal to 26,000. Now very easily, we can calculate M. 26,000 divided by 4. I'm getting 6,500. I'm getting 6,500. Okay. Now, let's put this 6,500 into any equation to get K. The first equation is 2K at the place of M, I'm writing 6,500 units of M is equal to 24,000. Now, student, listen carefully. This 6,400, when I'll take this 6,400 to the other side of is equal to, this will become negative. So 24,000 minus 6,500. 24,000 minus 6,500, I'm getting 17,500. Then obviously 17,500 divided by 2 will give us the unit of key, 8750. So at point C, the maximum production plan is company will be producing K 8750 units and M will be 6,500 units. But this is not the end of your answer. Examiner is asking here, what is the maximum profit? They're not asking the maximum production plan units. Okay, fine. K. Just a minute. K will be producing 8750. M will be having 6,500. Contribution of K, we know that is 4. Contribution of M will be 6. So multiply by 4, multiply by 6. That will give us the maximum contribution again, which is not the answer. We have to calculate maximum profit. 8750 multiplied by 4, I'm getting 35,000. 6,500 multiplied by 6, I'm getting 39,000. So the total contribution, students' total contribution is 74,000. Total contribution is 74,000. Okay. Now let's see. Wow, wow, wow. Fixed cost per month, they have given us 7,000. If you read the question, calculate the maximum profit to be earned in the next month at point C. So we have calculated the maximum contribution for the next month. Now let's deduct the fixed cost, which is 7,000. Maximum contribution minus the fixed cost gives us the maximum profit, which is 67,000. So your answer is 67. Again, those students, they stop at maximum contribution, they will lose marks. So you have to read the question nicely. Okay, let me just, oh no, something. Next, okay. Now what they're asking, based on the optimum production plan, which two of the following will have a shadow price that is 0? Actually, the issue of shadow price, your company, your business will only faces when you have utilized all of your resources. If you have utilized all of your resources, then obviously when your existing resources, they are exhausted, they become 0, then you will feel then you will be facing an issue of binding constraint, you will be facing an issue of shadow price. Let's say whatever available resources were there, we have utilized them and we still have a demand. Now I'll go for a shadow price. But the issue of shadow price will only arise when you have utilized all of your existing resources. Then you will be facing binding constraint. Means I cannot increase my operational level because I've utilized all of my existing resources. Only then I'll be facing the shadow price issue. If I've opted a production plan where actually I'm not utilizing all of my available resources, then I'm not facing any shadow price. Now there is a possibility I've got three to four different types of available resources. There's a possibility in one or two I'm facing shadow price and rest of them I'm not facing shadow price. But the main concept is shadow price issue will only arises when you have utilized all of your available resources. And then you look for the scar resources and how much you will be paying, that will be a shadow price over and above the normal price. But right now the question is saying find out the two. Which two of the following will have a shadow price 0? Means you will be having, you have not utilized your all available resources within your production plan which you have chosen. One is Apple, machine, labor, and minimum order. Let's see. 1 unit of key needs 2 kg of apple because $20 divided by 10 is 2. 1 unit of max needs 1 kg of apple. Okay, Apple and Max. Apple will be producing how much? 8,500 or 8,750? 8,750. Sorry. It's not, it's key, not Apple. Students, key we will be producing 8,750 and Max 6,500. Now check Apple. Here we need 2 kg, here we need 1 kg. So 17,000. 6,500. Let me check. 8,750 multiplied by 2. 17,500. My bad. 17,500. Plus 6,500. So 24,000. The production mix, the production plan which we have made, which we have chosen, we need 24,000 of kgs. And let's see the available kgs. If you look at this Apple, 2K plus M less than equal to 24,000. We have 24. We have 24,000 kgs and we are utilizing the entire 24. Which means that when it comes to Apple, we are utilizing all of the resources, available resources in our production plan. When I'm using all of the available resources in my production plan, it means I'm facing a shadow price. My shadow price cannot be zero. At Apple, the shadow price is not zero, and we need to find out where the shadow price is zero. Apple shadow price is not zero. Why? Because the production plan which we have chosen, we are utilizing all the available apples. Okay. Machine hours, let's see. $15 per machine hour. Key, the cost of machine is 15. So 15 divided by 15 is, we are using 1 hour of, to manufacture 1 unit of key, we are using 1 machine hour. 8750 into 1, 6500. And for max, the machine cost is 37.5 divided by 15. I'm using 2.5 hours. To produce, to manufacture 1 unit of max, we need 2.5 hours of machine. Let's see how many machine hours we are using in our production plan. 6500 multiplied by 2.5, I'm getting 16,250. So the production plan which we have chosen, it consumes 25,000 machine hours. And C2, we have 25,000 machine hours. Now listen to me. Again, when it comes to machine hours, all the available machine hours in our production mix, which we have chosen, we'll be using it. If all the machine hours available to us, we are using in our production plan, it means here, again, the shadow price cannot be zero, because you will be utilizing all the available machine hours. So it means your available machine hours will be fully utilized in your production plan, which you have chosen. So here again, the shadow price cannot be zero, and that is not the answer also. Now, obviously, definitely your answer, without even solving, I can say the answer is C3, C4. Why? Choice elimination. Out of 4, 2 are not answers, so the remaining 2, there must be the answer, but let us still check for your satisfaction. If you look at this, minimum order of K is, minimum order says at least you will be manufacturing key 2,500 units or more. The production plan which we have chosen, we are actually manufacturing far more than 2,500. So there's no question of shadow price, because we are fulfilling the minimum demand. In fact, we'll be producing more than that minimum demand. So at least we are required to produce 2,500, and we will be producing more than that. So there's no question of shadow price. Now let's check the labor hours. Labor hours available, we have 15,000. So logically, the available labor hours we won't be utilizing in our production mix. Only then we can say, when it comes to labors, the shadow price is zero. Let us check. Even without solving, we have already found the answer by choice elimination. But the rate of labor is $12 per hour. 9.6 divided by 12. One node is not responding. 9.6 into 12. Students, I'm getting 0.8. Okay. Here I'm getting 0.8. So 12 divided by 12, 1. Key takes 0.8 labor hours in 1 unit, and max needs 1 labor hour per unit. Production mix is 8750 and 6500. Multiply by 0.8, multiply by 1. 8750 multiplied by 0.8, I'm getting 7000. 6500. If you add both of them, students, I'm getting the production mix which we have chosen. It needs only labor hours 13,500, and we have 15,000 hours. It means we will not be utilizing the all available labor hours. If you're not utilizing the all labor hours, it means when it comes to labor hours, the shadow price is zero. The issue of shadow price only arises when you have utilized all of your available resources. The production mix which we have chosen, it is not using all of available labor hours. So we have already found the answer, but that was a proof. C3, C4 is your answer. Okay, so let's see the next question. Which of the following is a true of... okay, just a minute. Which of the following is are true about the use of linear programming? The shadow price is the maximum total cost a company should pay for one more unit of a scarce resource. Which of the following is are true about the use of the shadow price? The maximum total cost of a company should pay for one more unit. It's not a maximum total cost. Actually, shadow price is the premium pricing. How much you will be paying over and above the normal price. Shadow price is not the total cost. Shadow price means how much you will be paying over and above the normal price to get one unit of scarce resources. It's not the total cost, it's the premium price. So logically, number one is false. Slack occurs when less than the maximum available resources required. That is true. Slack means unutilized resources. When you have unutilized resources, slack will occur. So logically, the statement number two is correct. Wow. Let's see. Which of the following best describes the feasible region of ABCD company above? Feasible region, feasible region. We've got A, B, C, D. Logically, feasible region is the region which is where all the inequalities are met. And within that, you will be having one production plan, optimal production plan. Let's see. It shows all feasible production plans that meets all the constraints with the possibility of more than one no. There will be only one optimal plan, not more than that. It shows all feasible production plans that meets all the constraint with only one optimum production plan. It shows all production plans that leave no slack on all three resources: Apple, machine, and labors. No slack on labor, we know there is a slack. It shows all the feasible production plan with slack. Logically, the answer is B. So, student, you can see that this was a question on linear programming, section B, pre-seen mock March 2026. And we have already, we have already done it. Now, if you want me to solve the remaining pre-seen mock March 2026 PM, you should be writing that in the comment box. So then obviously I'll be solving that for you. But if you want that, I'll be more than happy to help you. Plus, to my all enrolled students, I would request do attempt the remaining PM mock. If you find any difficulties in any of the question, your teacher is available. You can always ask me in the relevant WhatsApp groups. Either you are in group 1 or you are in group 2. You can always ask the question and your teacher will reply. So this is all about today's, I would say, small session. Thank you very much for watching this lecture. Thanks a lot.